Hello, welcome back to part 2 of this Samsung TV resurrection. I found this thing in an attic. If you don't know the backstory, you can find that here, I think. As we found last time, this board has a dirty great crack through the middle of it. It's not happy. What we need to do is try and reunite everything on this board that is not connected currently. We need to check it's all grounded as well as I can with my very limited equipment in here. And then hopefully our friend here will live again and become a rip-snorting CRT for us to play PlayStation 1 games on. That's the plan. As you can see from the wiring, that may not happen, but we're gonna try.
And I love, you know, a lot of old punk
dead.
Like...
So as you can see, it was a lot of wash, rinse, repeat, just continuity test contacts either side of the crack, and if they've got no continuity, stick a wire on there, move on. We ain't aiming for pretty, we're aiming for working. Right, that's one connection. That was severed big time. Only 9,874,000 to go. We appear to be at the end of the break with the severed connections. No, 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 none of this is even remotely tidy. However, it's this or the bin. Just going to make sure we've got no shorts along all. There's some rubbish going on here. We seem all right. Going to clean any potential bridging shorts out there. The next trace along with a break in it is this one, and that is continuity. Well, I'm glad I checked that. Looks like we've got a little extra work to do there. Very interestingly, yeah, I see. You can barely see that, but there is a hairline crack. With all our repairs made, it was time to stick the board back in and just see. The board's back in. We've made quite a lot of repairs, all of which could have gone wrong, none of which could have gone wrong. There's only one way to find out. I always get so nervous turning anything I've repaired back on for the first time after surgery like that. That's just... I did ask you nicely to stop doing that. It actually comes back to life a lot better than it did prior. Oh wow, okay. Well, you've brought some pepper with you this time around. That's a oh, that brightness control's working great. Very nervous about this. Channel 11 was our friend last time. Here we go. Oh yes! Sorry to go so over the top, but oh my god, what a great feeling. Oh, that was so loud. We've got, not that you can tell because the screen's going crazy on the camera. We've got colour, we've got contrast, brightness is happy. What's our, yeah, our colour adjustments, yes! You little ripper. Let's celebrate with some music. This is a band I used to be in called Peerless Pirates, for anybody interested. With what I thought was the final repair made and a very short video underway, I decided to put the telly back together and get it ready for some glamour shots, and naturally I should have known better than that, shouldn't I? Reassembly went well. Now, it's about time you had some fun. You've been through a lot. Huh. There's fight in this old dog yet. What's the matter? All right. Whatever you say, Sergeant. Oh, it's really snotty. Okay, all was well. Okay. Alright, turns out we're chasing bugs, that's fine. Have we got any other channels available to us with Yes, it's just off. Okay, I'll level with you. It's not brilliant news. Crash is here. Like, we're most of the way there. We've got colour information. We've got sound. The PlayStation is working. So we've proved the concept. We've got an iffy connection somewhere, I think. I'm not giving up. Look at this thing. Compared to where it was, we couldn't even get snow on it before. This is a huge improvement. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is a huge improvement. Do you feel like helping me out a little? I've got a feeling when I've put the telly back together, something was just about ready to go lazy, and it's gone lazy. I don't want to be too aggressive. I've only just fixed this board. Tomorrow is for taking another crack at today. Something equally demotivational. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, I've had a couple of days away. Interesting to know if it's a capacitor or not. And I think things should have drained down. So if anything's going out of spec, maybe being off for a couple of days will help. Let's see. Like a cat that's been put on a diet, we're still not getting a tuner. Still seems to be the RF board that's giving us jip. Oh, by the way, for anybody going mental at me for doing what I did with the back of the board, that's a factory bodge wire. I am devastated to have to replace my good old faithful soldering iron. So I did the absolute most optimal thing a person can do. Paid £9 for this one. Whoa! Oh my! Oh, I'm not convinced by that. Well, I'll be damned. Check that out. I've literally just turned this on. Well, I mean, I'm going to say it. I was expecting a much less. The stand's pathetic, but please, please. Yeah, this is going to burn my workshop down. Right, this guy here, next to this is a chip. I'm not touching this, by the way. This is a chip. This strip here is the connector for this ribbon cable. I didn't like the look of the connectors. Let's see. Channel selection is still down. Yes! Oh, we're back. It's the dry joint. That flicker is pure. What is going on in the old brain box? There we go. We're stable again. All right. So we've got an iffy connection. We've got an iffy connection on this guy here. And that runs off to the back of the tuner board. So that makes perfect sense. Look at the clarity of that picture though. I really wish it would stop flickering. Don't know if I can make that any better for you. Maybe slightly. You get the gist though. That's generally much better than it was. All right, it's a little bit hacky, but I've just gently prized these pins this way a bit, just to see if I can force a better connection at the plug. Because this connector just felt crap. You could almost feel it wriggling on the pins. That's much better. I still would very much like buttons, but they're not a deal breaker for me right now. I just want the telly to work. No, it's gone back to that weird grey snow. Huh. Cool, that's worse. Alright, cable's now unplugged. See, it does keep something around here. So irritating though, because I've reworked every dry joint on this board. Right, see? You see the way it gets progressively worse? That is a leg or a pin flexing back. Hang on a minute. This capacitor feels rubbish. I believe that's a capacitor or a resistor block. If I let go of that now. Alright, all will be revealed in the fullness of time, as they say. I've found that there just seemed to be an iffy connection around this part. And in trying to remove it, explosion. The good news is, I can't see any markings. Oh! Alright, this is where we find out how much it's going to cost us. Because I got no budget set aside to be fixing a telly that nobody wants. I'll see you in 8 years when I figured out what that is. What was that? B7ZC0716? Let's try it. I was wrong, however, it's a capacitor. And there's our part number. Murata Manufacturing. Co.limited.SCFAK18922. So, there it is. 6 element, 1000 picofarad capacitance. Rated to 50 volts DC. You wouldn't know it to look at it, would you? Just to give you some context. Where are we going to find one of them then? Annoying. What else can we call it? A C network? Should we try that? Oh. Hello. Mauser. Come on, guys, don't let me down. It's the trouble with modern tech, man. Once we moved on to SMDs, this all got much more difficult. 1000 picofarad, 50 volt DC. Yep. Are we looking at 3 capacitors in a big overcoat? 6 elements. The 4 elements. Alright, through several iterations of messing around, cross-reference this part number with obviously what ended up just being individual components. So then I did a bit more digging and found out that that's known as a capacitor array. Oh! God damn it! We can't know everything, by the way, so everybody sat there going, obviously. Just chill out. We're all here to learn, okay? Capacitor array, and onto Mauser, whittled my way through the filter, and one came up, made by Vichy. There we are. That's the guy. Fingers crossed, all will be well. But you broke your own capacitor array, fella, so I've got limited sympathy. But that would explain it. An iffy connection inside that capacitor. I don't know what that capacitor does, but potentially some sort of smoothing. If that's not working quite right, that would explain the strobing effect we've got. So, let's get one of these ordered. No, that's not an error. I definitely want to order one. Let's go for it. What errors? No, I'm not ordering 100 of them. Alright, that's Mauser's number. Manufacturer number. Sorry, Mauser, if you're going to insist that I only order 100 of them, then I'm going to go looking elsewhere. I'm not spending £676 to find out if this is the problem. That's not brilliant news. So we're looking for an obsolete part with a very, very specific set of parameters with the exact correct packaging size and the right number of pins, and the internet doesn't have one. Could this be it? I hope not. There's got to be a way. I wonder if it would be possible to piggyback components to do the same job. Might have to look into that. I mean, we're pretty much stuck at this point. That capacitor array was broken, physically broken. Maybe too many bangs on the side of the old case there. You got to think that that board not only had warped, so it was getting hot. Someone's obviously clouted this a couple of times to get it working, like people used to back in the day with these tellies. So, and it was right next to where that speaker is. So it's right in the firing line of someone giving it a decent whack. So we've got a mechanical failure of an electronic component, which is no longer made, no longer available. Unless I want to spend 676 quid, which I don't want to do. I picked a great hobby. This is a perfect hobby. Thankfully, my ability to obsess over these things means that even though I'm fully aware I've picked a great hobby, I'm going to do it anyway. I will see you in a bit. Alright, desperate times call for desperate measures. The capacitor array is non-existent. You cannot get them anywhere anymore unless you want to pay about £600 for one. So, I went and got some 1000 picofarad radial ceramic capacitors rated to 50 volts, and I've tied them all into their mutual ground, which is that's how the original capacitor array was hooked up. And in each one there is a lot more isolation there than it looks. But yeah, one of 3 things is going to happen, I think. This is going to work. Happy days. It's going to explode. We tried. It's going to do the exact same thing it did before. That's probably going to be the bit that's the most frustrating. If it's exactly as bad as it was before, then that was a fiddly, irritating waste of my time. And yours, as it turns out. Let's get it stabbed back in the telly and see what happens. Fingers crossed. That is crystal clear. Sorry, the shutter speed's not particularly happy about it. Right, that's excellent. I need to go and get another disc because this guy is just not cooperating. Which is a shame, because I've had this since I was probably 7 years old, as you can tell by the case. Had to substitute Crash with Metal Gear Solid, I'm afraid. Bummer, right? See what we got going on.
The nuclear weapons disposal
Yes!
facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago.
And there we have it. Back up and running. Oh. PlayStations don't like to sit idle, do they? Excuse the strobing on the screen. I wish I could do something about that, but I just can't. Never gets old. Yes. There we go. Is it perfect? Nope. How long's that repair going to last? No idea. But it seems quite happy for now. Thanks very much for watching my retro tat. If you like videos where we bring old knackered gadgets back from the dead and give them a second chance at life, then please do like, comment and subscribe, because there's plenty more where that came from. I think the PlayStation might be starting to struggle. That also needs a recommissioning, so let me know if you're interested in that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again. I'm going to definitely be playing some Metal Gear Solid right now.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear.